Hi, I'm Wendy from Shiny Happy World, and in this video I'm going to show you how to assemble just one of the birds from the Chirp Mix and Match applique pattern. You can use the same technique to applique all of the birds in the pattern. The pattern comes with 14 different specific birds, but then you can also mix and match all the pieces between the birds and come up with tons more birds, however many you can imagine. So here's how to make this one, and then at the end I'm going to show you a whole bunch of finished birds. Okay, let's assemble this cute bird. So I've got all the pieces cut out on the fusible adhesive is fused to the back side of the fabric, and then I cut the pieces out on the solid lines. These dotted lines are placement guides, and you'll want to transfer those to the front of each piece, which this one, the line is right where it goes between the light gray and the dark gray. And so I tried it with a chalk and with a pencil, and neither of them showed up because really it was right on that line. But you can see the markings better on this one. So I just mark with chalk, Sharpie, or pencil, whatever the color of the fabric requires. So I just start with the lightest possible and move on from there. So I've got all of my pieces prepared. All of those placement guides are transferred to the fabric side of the paper, and now I am ready to put them all together. So this one had, you can cut out the pattern piece so that there is the entire bird if you don't want to have the contrasting breast on it. So I designed the pattern to pieces to work either way, so you could use the breast or not. So you do have a full bird pattern piece here. You can choose to cut away the excess. This line, the dotted line, shows you where the edge of the breast piece is going to go. So when you cut away the excess from the fusible adhesive, just to save yourself some fabric and also to not have extra thick layers of applique, just cut it out roughly 1/4 inch-ish away from that dotted line, and you'll be fine. And if you want to make a piece without the contrasting breast, just use the entire bird body piece and ignore that dotted line. All right, so here we go. We're going to start out with the main body piece. Peel off the paper backing and just put that in place roughly. We may move that around a little bit once we get the tail in place. And I've got a placement guide that shows you what piece goes where, although feel free to play with that. So for example, this one's got the tail sticking out this way, but you could change it and make her tail sticking up this way or coming back off the corner. You've got a lot of different opportunities to play around with things, but this is always there if you want to make it exactly like the sample that I show on the front cover looks. So we've got the bird body in place. Now let's get the breast on there. And we're just going to position that so that it overlaps. As soon as it covers that chalk line that I made, you know you've got a good amount of overlap so it can be safely laundered after you do your stitching. Now let's put the tail in here. And once we get the tail in, we may need to shift her left or right a little bit to get her centered in the block. But let's try it this way first. Yep, I'm going to want to shift her just a little bit over. A little bit more. I'm going to actually trim this block down to size afterwards, so I've got a little bit of leeway in there. I always cut my blocks 12 inches square, and then I'm going to trim them down to 10.5. All right, now let's get her beak in place. And again, we're going to tuck this behind, and as soon as that placement line is covered, we've got a good amount of overlap. And then we're going to put her eye in place. And there we go. She is a cutie. All right, there's also a couple of legs. You can either eyeball where you want the legs to go. You can leave the legs off, or the pattern will include a link to a tutorial showing you how you can very specifically mark those lines if you don't want to freehand it. So she is ready to be fused down. And then I will take her to just follow the instructions for whatever brand of fusible adhesive you use. I use Heat and Bond Light for all of my quilts. And then I'll take it to the sewing machine and do all of the outline stitching and give her those legs. And then I'll bring it back here and show you the finished block. Okay, here is one finished bird from the pattern, but like I said, there are 14 specific patterns specific birds in the Chirp pattern. So when I say specific birds, I mean you get a placement guide showing the exact layout of 14 of the birds. So here are those first 14. Here's one. Here's another one. So this is bird number 3. And 4, so you'll see some of them have open beaks, some of them have closed beaks. Here's bird number 5. Some of them are standing facing forward. Bird 6, some of them have eyelashes. Bird 7, they have different tail shapes. Bird 8, different kinds of wings. Bird 9, here's another front-facing bird. Bird 10, this one has a stripe on his neck that you can add stripes other places. Bird 11, another forward-facing bird. Bird 12, which has a very fancy tail. Bird 13 has a crest. And bird 14 has a really, really fun little crest on the top of his head too. So those are the 14 birds that you can easily make with the pattern because you have the exact instructions there. But once you make those, you may want to make some more birds. And so I'm going to show you just 4 examples of birds that you can make by mixing and matching the pieces from all of these different birds. So on this one, I used a beak pattern from one of the birds to create some little feathers on his breast, and I also made his wings spreading out. He has 2 matching wings, so that works really well for any of the front-facing birds, and he has that fun crest. This one also has the fun crest, and I gave her just 2 of the 3 fancy tail pieces from one of the smaller, wider birds. This one, remember I showed you that one with the neck stripe? Here I used that stripe on the tail. And here's the last one, and this shows you that I just tipped that bird forward so he can be looking down. Maybe he's looking for his next meal. I also made some worm blocks that are going to go with this pattern so that you could put a worm block in the next block over and have this guy looking at the worm. So anyway, that's just 4 examples of additional blocks that you can make, additional birds that you can make by mixing and matching the pieces from the original pattern. Again, this is the Chirp quilt pattern. It's available at Shiny Happy World. I'm Wendy, and I will see you next time.